So I woke up this morning with the kind of overwhelming urge to produce an indie pop track. I haven't produced something like that in a couple of years. Actually, when I did produce it, it kind of popped off a little bit on TikTok. I kind of produced one of those songs and then did like if there's any singers duet this, and it probably got like 100 to 200 duets. Tons of comments, like super positive. And this morning I was listening to Dominic Fike and I was like, you know what? I think today is the day that we produce another indie pop track. So after I had the idea, I kind of was messing around on my acoustic guitar and I came up with this melody. So let's start with getting this guitar recorded. I have a Fender Stratocaster. I'm just basically using guitar rig. I'm plugged directly into my Claret 8 pre, and I am using the Sultans of Pop preset. I usually start with this because it's just like a really good sounding preset. I might change it later depending on what the tone sounds like on this guitar, but I'm going to use the neck pickup and I'm going to roll off the tone knob quite a bit. This is very bright sounding, this guitar. So that's basically how I'm getting these sounds. I'm going to do 2 takes. I'm going to pan one left and one right. So I'm going to record it now. Okay, now that we got that recorded, let's do some acoustic guitar. I'm just going to record on this Martin Johnny Cash signature guitar here. I'm just going to record into my Audio Technica AT2020. Be about 12 inches from the mic. I'll aim it at the 12th fret. Going to pan each take left and right. 2 takes total. Just going to roll off the lows here on this acoustic guitars because we're going to add a bass in here. So we don't really need any other low end present in the mix. So next up, let's do some bass. Let's get some low end in here. I'm using Guitar Rig. I'm going to use this Dirty Studio bass preset. And I'm just using a Godin guitar. Nothing crazy, nothing expensive. I just picked it up used. I just needed a bass guitar. And I don't have a plethora of money to spend on music gear. So we're going to use this. Sounds great. But let's get some low end going. Let's tune the guitar first. All right, let's give her. I'm not a big bass line guy. I'll probably figure something out. But it's just going to be fairly generic. So... kind of added that little slide at the end there. Give a little bit of a transition piece into the next part. Okay, I'm going to put this in time. All right, gotta love when Logic crashes and you lose stuff. Usually Logic's pretty good for autosave, but for some reason, some of the files were not there. So I just had to re-record the bass and the electric guitar, but we are good to go now. Okay, so I'm going to add a Serum preset. I have this preset pack, this like 80s preset pack. I'm just going to mess around with some presets and like just get like a little bit of a pad in the background here, just to maybe like a staccato type pad. Just going to quantize that quickly. Okay, let's get a clap in here. I'll probably record a couple and then I'll layer it with like a splice sample. So here's a splice sample we will work with. Just going to put like a little bit of room reverb on it. Go room, recording room plus. Let's bring it down. Let's record some actual claps here. Just going to put a room verb on these as well. There's not a lot. I'm in my new studio and there's not a lot of like a room verb in this. I guess that's a good thing because like when recording vocals and stuff, you're not going to hear as many reflections, but at the same time, it's sometimes nice to capture that like actual ambient room reverb other than adding like an electronic sounding one. I'm just going to probably record 2 takes of each. Okay, let's do some vocal chops here. Just going to record some stuff and see what sticks. Okay, so I've decided to go with the vocal chops once I get something going for vocals because If I throw something in there now, it's not going to match, and I can't really think of anything good. So I'm going to wait. So next, let's get into the verse here. So basically, we got this intro. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then once I get the vocals in here, I'm going to do like a reverse reverb on the vocals, and then probably like a reverse reverb on whatever guitars I have coming in here, just to like introduce this next section. Might do something different. Let's mess around a little bit here. So let's duplicate these electric guitars, and let's see what we could come up with. But I kind of wanted to start out kind of quiet. So I might just do some guitar chugs here. Nothing too grungy here, just using the Fender Strat on like a clean tone. Same like Sultans of Pop. Basically same tone, just like do some chugs just to make it a little bit different. So I want to somehow like build this up. And this is hard. This is why it's so hard to do like the vocals afterwards, because the vocals kind of have to go with the track. So like as I'm doing this, you might see me record the vocals later, but I'm totally trying to work in vocals here because I got to figure out what to do with this melody, and it just works better when you're actually singing or along with it. I want to do like a chill start and then get into that like that part with some like grungier guitars, because I think it is going to sound like really big. Nice how it kind of starts out slow, like when you actually play the take good, as you can see like the waveforms, like they kind of get bigger, which is nice. Gives the song some dynamics. Let's come in with some grungy guitars here. I'm going to switch to my Gibson here just because I want that humbucker tone. I'm going to record on the bridge pickup. Okay, let's record a higher octave here. Doubled this up and went 1 octave up. I'm just going to have the highs come through. Not sure what that'll sound like. Those high guitars sound pretty bad. I'll definitely re-record it with some like actual high guitars rather than pitching it up 1 octave, because that just sounds bad. Let's throw down some bass over here. Let's get those drums back in there too. I guess we could layer an acoustic on top of this as well. Make it a little brighter, but not like too bright that my friggin' Strat is super bright. Same thing, we're gonna pan one left, one right. Okay, so let's actually play the higher part. So I'm gonna do like down here. Okay, here's the high parts. I also rolled off all the lows and there's just highs coming through on that. So this is what it all sounds like. Sounds like some half decent layers. Makes it sound a lot bigger. I could probably layer some more guitars on here, maybe try some different tones as well. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. So with everything together, it'll sound like... I'm thinking this intro is a little shorter. Well, actually, if we get a good vocal chop, it can be the 8 bars. But if we don't get something interesting there, it's got to be only 4 bars. Starting to sound big. Obviously, we're missing some drums probably. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for like the 808 rap style drums or just like a regular acoustic drum kit. Still not too sure. I'm going to mess around here soon. What does Splice have? I don't really program rap. They just sound too good for me to make one. Like this verse is missing something and I just don't know what to do. Either we put some drums in there or we just need something else in the background. Just going to experiment. I just bought this ukulele, so I want to try and use it. Maybe that's what's missing. Maybe we can add like some sort of layer in the background. I just bought this yesterday, so I just need to find the tuning. Never played one of these things before, so we'll see what happens. I will just do what I normally do. I'll probably do pan one left, one right, and see what happens. Okay, let's put that in time and that'll sound way better. What if we put like a guitar rig preset on these for fun? See what happens. All right, I think these ukuleles actually sound good, especially like when I put that amp on it. So using this FD tense tides tone on all of them kind of sounds good. So like the part in the verse is just palm muted. And then I stop palm muting in the chorus. I'm thinking halfway through here needs to be a change in this verse, and then we can get to the lyrics. I'm gonna re-record these, but I'm just gonna play them differently on the second half of the verse. And then halfway through, let's add in the claps. We can also let's do a reverse reverb on the guitars here. I'm thinking the second half of this verse also needs a higher. Wonder if I just throw these high guitars on. All right, I like it a lot better with the second half with the higher guitars in there. Because you are trying to build it up into this big chorus. All right, we're back after taking a little bit of a break here. One thing I did mess around with after coming back. So originally going from this little intro section into the first verse, there's just too much going on. Like I added these extra guitars here. I just felt like it was too much going on. So I kept it with just these guitars, just the little chugs here. And then the ukulele, I didn't put that full melody. I had like a full melody going on in here. So I had this. But I felt like it was just too much going on at the beginning. So I just changed it and I looped that first part. So it just sounds like this. So altogether, after coming out of the intro, it sounds like this. And then it transitions to the bigger sounding guitars and drum or clap. You get the point. Anyways, next up, I think I'm going to try and work on some vocals here. I wrote out some vocals. One thing that I kind of want to dial in is like how the vocals sound. I've never recorded this style of vocals before. This is more poppy. I produce more like indie folk or like alternative rock kind of stuff. So I'm not used to like a pop vocal. So I'm probably going to watch some tutorials. And if I find a good tutorial, I will let you guys know. But one thing I do want to mention, like if you don't know how to do something, there's likely a tutorial on it on YouTube. So just search on YouTube and just find it. So, okay, so let's record some of these vocals here, see what happens. I'm thinking I might have to mess around with the vocal chain because I haven't really recorded these vocals before, like pop style vocals, but let's mess around, see what we could find out. Maybe it'll sound good with just my vocal chain and my vocals, but I'm having my doubts here.
She's the one that come and save me, only one to call me baby. And I've been trying hard to find you. I'm in over years for you, baby. Come and take me, baby. I've been thinking lately, loving you is crazy. Come and be my.
Probably put like a tape delay on a separate bus here. So let's do a tape delay. And then we'll side chain it to the vocals. So it kind of ducks out until the vocals stop. So let's do delay, tape delay. So with that, this is what it sounds like.
Come and take me, baby. I've been thinking lately.
Which sounds horrible. So let's do a side chain compressor. So let's just go to dynamics compressor. Let's side chain it to vocals 80, 20, 20.
Come and take me, baby. I've been thinking lately.
So with that delay on here, side chained, sounds a little bit cleaner.
Come and take me, baby. I've been thinking lately.
Yeah, I definitely want to get some background layers going here, but for the main kind of vocal, that's kind of what I got going on right now. So let's do just 2 takes of what we have right here, just sung exactly the same, just for some background. And then we'll just add some layers, I guess, kind of like a gang vocal, but not too loud, kind of just subtly in the background to add something to this chorus.
Hey, baby, so come and take me, baby. So come and take me, baby.
Okay, I'm going to do a bunch more vocals, like kind of backed away, so I kind of get the room reverb, kind of shouting just to get those gang kind of vocal sound. I'm going to pan all of them kind of left and right as I go, see what that sounds like.
So come and take me, baby. Come and take me, baby. Come and take me, baby. Don't be my lady. Don't be my lady.
Let's do like a higher octave, falsetto.
Come and take me, baby. I've been thinking lately.
Okay, so that's enough layers for tonight because my vocals are just going to be destroyed after all of that singing. I'm going to dial this in. I know it doesn't sound very good right now, but I'm going to get it dialed in. I'm going to learn a little bit more about editing these kinds of vocals. This is just the initial kind of start. All right, it is another day. I'm listening to this back and I just hate how the vocals sound. I don't mind the melody. I just having a very hard time getting it to sound good. So what I might try to do is record a boatload of more background vocals just to get that gang kind of vocals going and see what happens.
Come and take me, baby.
Okay, so I'm just trying to make my voice sound different to get those gang vocals sounding like gang vocals and not me singing a bunch of layers vocals.
I'm heading over here. I'm heading over here for you, baby. So come and take me, baby. Come and take me, baby. I've been thinking lately. Come and be my lady. Come and be my lady.
I think Winnie thought I was singing this about her. She says, this better not be about anyone else but me. Right, Winnie? Yeah. Mommy's going to get mad.
Baby, I've been thinking lately. If loving you is crazy, come and be my lady.
Just put my hands over my mouth there to make another variation.
Loving you is crazy, come and be my lady.
My dog sounds like she's doing something very bad upstairs, so I'm going to go check on her. No. Stop trying to suck up now. No, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. And I was right. She got into my girlfriend's laundry and she was just bringing everything out into the living room. I don't know why she does that. We've just moved houses and she's all out of sorts, so she's been kind of being really bad lately. Maybe we'll do like a higher part on that Come and Be My Lady.
Come and be my lady. Come and be my lady.
Might do some layers here on the second half. The I've been trying hard to find you.
And I've been trying hard to find you.
Might add another little layer, like a find you.
I've been trying hard to find you.
And then what if right at the end we just did like a really loud I'm heading over heels for you, baby, a couple times.
I'm heading over heels for you, baby.
Okay, I'm kind of getting sick of doing these vocals. I've learned for sure that I am not good at pop vocals. I think the melody's not bad, but I'm just having a very hard time making the vocals sound good here. So I'm going to see if I can do some vocal chops at the beginning to make it interesting. And then I might call it quits here just because I'm just having a hard time. And I might just play through what I have, but just note that the vocals can definitely use some work. This is where like my expertise on like mixing probably fails here because I feel like these vocals can sound good with some good mixing. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to pay $450 to send my song away just for this YouTube video that'll get 200 views. So let's mess with some vocal chops.
And I've been,
Okay, so let's add some reverb on here.
and I've been,
We got Little Altar Boy here.
and I've been, and I've been
Lately, and I've been lately. I'm just gonna sing this because it's probably easier than to chop it up.
and I've been lately.
Okay, let's bring it up a little bit here. Gotta bring it up over here.
I've been lately. And I've been lately. And I've been lately.
Just gonna add a send here to some reverb or to some delay. See what that sounds like. Vocal chops, they're not bad. Honestly, I feel like this song could be a couple BPM quicker, but I'm just not about to redo everything here. But yeah, so let's do a final run through and I'll give my final thoughts here.
And I've been lately. And I've been lately. And I've been lately. She's the one that come and save me. Only one that call me baby. Never thought I'd call me crazy, but I'm falling, I can't escape it. And I've been trying hard to find you. And I've been trying to remind you. I'm heading over heels for you, baby. So come and take me, baby. I've been thinking lately, loving you is crazy. Come and be my lady. Come and be my lady. Come and be my lady.
All right, so final takeaways here. The thing that stands out most for me are the vocals. I think they need to be mixed a lot better. I've never really mixed pop vocals. I typically work on like indie, folk, alternative rock tracks. So this is something new to me. And I didn't really take too much time to learn them. So if I were to release this, I would send this to my mixing engineer. He would dial those vocals right in and make them sound really good and like fit the genre. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get there, but I just wanted to release this video because I think the instrumental and the production sounds really good. I do like the lyric melody. I do like the vocal chops at the beginning. The lyrics themselves, they're very cheesy, but like that's what was coming to me at the time. And, for time's sake, I just went with what was coming to me. Other than that, I think it's a pretty catchy beat. I love the guitars that come in, the grungier guitars that come in kind of halfway through. And then the splice sample that I ended up using for the drums on the chorus, that actually worked really well. So I just left it. Yeah, sometimes when things work well, you just got to use it. Like, obviously, it'd be cooler for me to program my own drums in there, but like, it sounded good. So I kept it. To be honest, there's not really any rules. If you want to use a splice sample and it sounds good, use it. okay, you didn't make it yourself, somebody else made it, but like, who cares? Songs have been using samples for years and years, you know what I mean? So obviously don't make your whole song all samples, but if you want to use something that sounds good, use it. Also, I had an idea that came to mind. I was going to upload the instrumental of this to Dropbox. So if anyone kind of likes this instrumental and wants to throw their vocals on it or use it for a TikTok video or anything, download it. Let me know. We can maybe collaborate on this track. And I'd love to see what you guys can come up with because I think that would be kind of cool. Other than that, I think that's it for this video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the positive comments and feedback. It's really motivating. Obviously, this channel is very small, so it's very motivating for me to keep pushing and keep going at this YouTube thing. So it's hugely appreciated. But anyways, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. There's more videos like this coming very soon. And let me know in the comments, as producers, what's your favorite genre to produce?